My dad and I, we went to a ton of Missouri Western basketball games. That's what we did in the wintertime. My goodness, I was hooked. I was hooked in the local hometown institution. I was hooked in the basketball, and I would venture to say that my dad and I, probably over the course of the next 20 years, and that's not an exaggeration, if we missed 10 home games in 20 years, that was probably a lot.
From an early age, Brett Esely had a love for sports. He knew all of the players, he knew all of their positions, and he knew he was going to work in sports someday. But his prospects on the courts weren't working out so well for him.
Ironically enough, I got cut from my freshman B basketball team, and I knew, you know what, I don't know what they were missing, but why they didn't have room for a 5'3" guy that can't run very fast, I don't know why.
But plenty of opportunities awaited Brett around the field.
You know, I was also that guy growing up, too, that I loved broadcasting. I loved turning the sound down, closing the door in my room, and calling whatever game was on. I used to critique some broadcasters. Denny Matthews, the voice of the Royals, who's been the only broadcaster they've ever had. Kevin Harlan's another one of my favorites. And, I used to impersonate those guys and used to know their slogans and how they would call games.
That practice and attention to detail paid off when he was later presented with a very fortunate internship opportunity with Missouri Western's men's basketball coach, Tom Smith.
I paced outside Coach Smith's office for about 30 minutes to work up the encouragement to go in his office and ask him if he needed any help. So I finally did, and probably sweating profusely. And I said, Coach Smith, I said, you don't know me, but I know you. And I said, do you have any opportunities for a guy to do an internship that's rather lengthy? And so he got back with me the next day and he said, Brett, he goes, here's what we need. I'm going to be honest with you. It's a gopher position. But he said, if you're willing to come to practice, travel with the team to games, he said, we're taking a Christmas trip to Florida. He goes, we probably got a position for you, and we will pay you $2,500 as our student assistant. Going, do I have to pay you that? Or are you going to pay me that? I'm going, I don't need that, but if you're offering that, sounds great. And I tell you what, that was instantly, I fell in love with athletics. I fell in love with coaching. I fell more in love with Missouri Western than I already was. And here we are 21 years later, and I'm still here having a blast.
Today, Brett Esely is the current Senior Athletic Director for External Affairs at Missouri Western State University. He also oversees the Sports Information Office, men's and women's golf programs, and the Griffon Cheer Squad. Brett and his wife, Kate, live in St. Joseph and have 2 children. And on top of that, he still calls some Missouri Western home games, too.
You know you're in love with something when you can't wait to get out of bed and go back in. You stay late, you come in on weekends, and you just can't get enough. And literally from the summer of 2000, I've been living that can't get enough ever since.
Congratulations, Brett.
Well, I'm humbled and honored to be the recipient of the Great Griffon Award. Again, there've been a ton of Great Griffons out there and will be for infinity. And I'm honored to be one of them. I just try to carry on what the institution has instilled in me. I'm one of our institution's biggest supporters. And, I love when I have the opportunity to go out and speak in front of people, because I feel like people are buying me as much as they're buying anything else. And, it's an honor to wear the black and gold every day. And it will be as long as I'm fortunate enough to wear it. And, again, I thank the folks that thought enough of me to nominate me for this award. It's humbling. And, when I think of everything that Missouri Western's meant to me and what's happened here, I got my degree from here. I've learned a lot about life here. I met my wife here. My kids grow up around the game and will. And so, I've been asked an awful lot, why, golly, 21 years, that's a long time somewhere. Well, in the profession, people are always trying to get back home. Well, I've been fortunate enough. I've never left home. I've been home my entire career and hope it stays that way. And so I'm fortunate that I've had a lot of folks that have taken some pride in me and cared about me, and I hope I instill that on others. And I'm humbled and honored to be a recipient of the Great Griffon Award this year.